Episode 62, The Medium Show. What is Medium.com and how can it help your podcast and brand? And you are listening to episode number 62 of Mike Murphy Unplugged. Learn, create, move forward. I'm your host, Mike Murphy. I'm a one-man band. I'm a technology junkie. I love helping people figure things out, and I am really excited to be here with you today. The goal of Mike Murphy Unplugged is to help you learn what you need to know in order to create online content so you can move forward in business and in life. Today's episode is sponsored by podcastertoolkit.com, and I was paid absolutely nothing to promote this really awesome new website for podcasters and content creators. So go check it out at podcastertoolkit.com. And today, episode number 62, I just really wanted to make you aware of a website called medium.com. It's pretty unique, yet it has really good marketing potential for many small brands, and it's a website that I really enjoy and get a lot of value from. So what is Medium.com? How do I use it, and how can it help your podcast and brand? Medium.com is a website where anyone can write articles of any length on any topic. It is a cool combination of a blog, social media channel, an online magazine, a self-publishing site that is quite popular. It's used by many internet celebrities and big brands alike. Some facts and figures. Medium.com was launched in 2012. It was developed by Ev Williams, who also co-founded Twitter and Blogger, which put blogging on the map, and a handful of other startups. Ev has a pretty good track record, I'd say, for creating good web platforms, and he is one of those internet celebrities I mentioned earlier. So while Twitter limits you to 140 characters or less, Medium has no limit, and in fact, long-form writing is almost encouraged. There are some people writing entire books on Medium, and others just posting one-line quotes, so it really doesn't matter. Medium.com, it's getting around 40 to 50 million visitors per month, making it a pretty significant web platform. It's becoming very attractive to businesses and brands as a place to tell their brand story, and it's serving as a marketing tool as mainstream publications are kind of going by the wayside. Medium is even used by Google, Bill Gates, and the Gates Foundation, and the White House published the State of the Union speech on Medium, so it's got some clout. So how do you use it? The simple answer really is that you just start writing, and that is exactly why I like it. It is simple on every level, yet it has a really polished feel to it. This user experience is so great and probably a big reason why it is so successful. To get started on Medium, you simply sign in using your Twitter or Facebook ID. You can customize your profile, personalize your bio, which I do think is very important, but then you just start creating stories, is what they're called. The writing experience on Medium is simple, easy, and actually quite enjoyable. The typography and the design is beautiful, and it really creates this distraction-free writing environment that allows you to write whatever is on your mind and hit publish. Medium is not just limited to text, however. You can insert big images and animated GIFs, and adding a video is as simple as pasting the YouTube link or URL of the video location. Formatting is quite cool, as there's these little simple hidden messages that show up whenever you need them. So you can add headlines, block quotes, lists, bold, italics, headlines, wrap photos in line with text. All the usual word processing, formatting stuff is there. With very little effort, Medium allows you to create incredible looking blog type posts that share straight to Facebook and Twitter in no time. So now for the social part. Medium has a really cool social element to it, and like everything else, it's pretty minimalistic. If you read a good story on Medium, you simply recommend by clicking the little heart that's going to turn green. Recommend is Medium's like button. Whenever you like a story, the author will get notified, and you can turn this feature off, but it's a good thing to keep it as part of the social element. To take engagement up a notch, instead of comments, Medium uses what's called responses. Every time you respond to a story, your response will actually show up on your main story feed. So the responses act like these mini stories, and people can share these as much as the story, sometimes if you leave good responses. Here's a big hint. Leave good responses and your brand will benefit and get noticed. There are several other features of Medium, such as bookmarking your favorites and highlighting text snippets to share. But social engagement on Medium has an intellectual or an academic feel almost to it. And depending on what your goal is, it is a great place to connect with influencers and thought leaders in a very organic way. So I'm a sucker for good design, but Medium has that simple goodness of an Apple product or apps like Dropbox, where everything just works and looks good. There's no extraneous elements to get in your way or distract you from creating good content and enjoying a good article or two if you're just reading. There are a wide range of topics, but very heavy in tech, design, entrepreneurship, lifestyle, and self-development. Probably why I immediately took to Medium. So how and why do I use Medium? Well, for one, Medium has become my online newspaper or magazine where I read inspirational stories, tech and podcast news, or just get a laugh from the many sarcastic articles making fun of people like myself who are trying yoga and using the Pomodoro technique. You can subscribe to topics that interest you, and Medium has a great way of curating the best articles for you. I get an email or two every day with a bunch of articles from people or topics that I follow, and it has become my go-to source of internet reading. The curation process is almost Amazon-like in that it knows exactly what I want to read, it feels like. So while the consumption and learning element is great on Medium, the real reason that I use it is and what it was built for, and that is to write and build some exposure for my brand. And confession time, I joined Medium to write more tutorials and how-to articles on podcasting and content creating and to position myself as an authority. But I have to say that it's become more of a dumping ground for what's on my mind or what I'm struggling with or the ups and downs of trying to build an online business. Medium is almost therapeutic for me, and I don't think I'm alone on this. There is a lot of oversharing happening on Medium, and while I tend to keep it pretty mild, I do find myself just writing very freely and sharing what I'm at and where I'm at in my journey, as if I was writing in a journal, which I've never been able to do, although it sounds something very cool to do. I do mix in articles about podcasting and more educational stuff in style, but there is something about Medium in the overall vibe that inspires creativity and writing without limits. There are no rules, but you do have to remember that your brand is always on, so just keep that in mind. So you know how much I like goals and consistency, and by the way, I'm 404 days without missing a post on Instagram, which I think is pretty good. So I started to write every day on Medium. I didn't really have a strict goal in mind. I made it about 45 days of writing every single day, and really the main reason was, one, because I really think that writing every day and publishing with consistency is great for your creativity and your mental toughness. I also was building up writing muscle for the book that I want to write, but what I was finding was that I was really forcing the issue and the topics. And while it was definitely good mental training, I scaled way back because I was just forcing it too much. I wasn't really happy with what I was hitting publish. I was doing it every day because it was a goal. If I went back and looked at a lot of these articles I was writing, I'd probably be embarrassed, but that is what it is for me. Medium is a tool, though, that I can really recommend for most one-man bands and podcasters and anyone in the creative entrepreneur space, and it is full of talented folks. The opportunity to connect and network is significant, and if you're someone who just really wants to blog, but you don't want to have to deal with maintaining the website, but you have a lot to say and you want to get out some of your writing energy, Medium is the perfect place for you. In fact, many people have shut down their blogs and their website and strictly write on Medium. That is what a lot of big brands are doing right now. So I really encourage you to give medium.com a shot. It's a great place. So how can Medium benefit you as a podcaster and content creator? Well, Medium can be used just like any other social media channel for promotion and marketing, but I think it has a more adult or thought leader feel to it. So it is a great place to really stand out in your topic area as someone who really knows their stuff. So number one, more exposure for your already published content. So you can write articles directly on your Medium or do what a lot of people do, keep writing on your own blog and simply copy and paste to Medium. Just link back to your blog, or you can put it on Facebook. Wherever you post stuff, you can use Medium as just one other place to gain exposure. It's simple and quick to do, and you can get in front of more eyes. Be sure to add imagery and videos, though, as Medium is very visual. Number two, start a publication on Medium. So Medium allows you to create what is called publications, which is really just a way for you to curate your own specialized newspaper on your niche or your topic that you want to be known for. This is a great method to build brand authority and collaborate with others, and there are a lot of brands who have publications. 3, teach. Medium is a great place for writing tutorials and how-to guides, and it embeds videos like a champ. So if you are building your brand as an expert in something, top 10 lists and ultimate guides to podcasting and blogging and life are big on Medium, so flex your teaching muscles. Number 4, network. Admittedly, I need to be more on the proactive and engaging with others online. I know that. But if you have a podcast that does interviews, Medium would be a great place for you to find guests for your show, and probably some heavy hitters if you wanted. There are some big name online personalities all writing on Medium, so the more you engage, the more you leave thoughtful comments, the more you're going to get noticed. And Medium has a very professional feel about it without the pretentiousness, so just be genuine and start the dialogue. Your brand will benefit. And number 5, write a book. No, really. There are several instances of people writing chapter by chapter on Medium. It's pretty cool. And remember, the pen is mightier than the sword. So if you have a writing or a book goal, Medium is a fantastic place to start. So in conclusion, I really just wanted to make sure that you are aware of Medium.com. It may not be for all of you, but it is a really versatile publishing and marketing platform that I really enjoy, and I think it helps my brand awareness and definitely helps me build my writing and creative style. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have always wanted to have a blog or you need an outlet to start writing more, Medium is a perfect replacement for a blog without having to maintain the website. It's pretty clear to me that all of the social media channels that I talk about have the same main purpose, more or less, for online brands and podcasters. That is to give you a place to create content, to engage with others, establish yourself as an authority in your topic, and to just be helpful and a person of value. The trick is not to try to be on every social media platform possible, but go where your ideal audience hangs out and only pick a few that fit your style and brand and do them well, rather than just spreading yourself too thin and trying to be everywhere. Medium is very appealing to me. I was an English major. It has a very academic yet casual approach. Definitely way cooler than LinkedIn. The writing tools are so enjoyable and easy, and it just inspires me to want to write for no other reason than to get my thoughts out of my head and hope that maybe I inspire a person or two or motivate someone to start hitting publish. I have written some really terrible articles on Medium, but like everything else, I just keep creating and uploading, and I really encourage you to do that as well. Medium was started to promote writing and creativity for everyone, and that is okay in my book. So if you've been searching for an outlet to share your journey or experiences, or you simply want to write some poetry, I really think you're going to enjoy Medium.com. And if you want to check out my embarrassing stories to prove that you can do it too, you can check them out at mikemurphy.co/medium. I warned you. And as always, I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to this podcast, and I welcome all those that are new to the show. For those of you who haven't already done so, head on over to sign up for my newsletter at mikemurphy.co/newsletter so you never miss a week of useless trivia and tip. I also invite you to swing by podcastertoolkit.com, today's sponsor, where I will be creating helpful tutorials on gear and resources for podcasters and creative entrepreneurs. There's still a ton of work to be done over there, but I'm chipping away. So come by, say hello. If you have questions, you know how much I love them, so email them to me at mike@mikemurphy.co, track me down on Instagram at MikeUnplugged, or follow me on Medium, Mike Murphy CO. And I thank you for joining me today. I hope you join my one-man band, and together we can learn, create, and move forward. Cheers.